Hi guys, so I just want to apologize obviously for the lack of video last week, also for the delay in the video this week. I try to get them up every Thursday, but I've had a lot going on the last 2 weeks, and really, to be honest, I just couldn't physically do it. It's been a tough couple of weeks for me. I've been to work in about 3 weeks, uh, so it's been really really rough for myself, and I find it really difficult at the moment to push on and keep going. Uh, but look, I'm getting there, and I'm gonna keep fighting as much as I possibly can. Uh, to keep going, But today I decided that I might want to do a bit of a different video because I know usually I just share my experiences. And I think people relate to that, but I think also that people would like something a little bit different. So is that I can now this week maybe talk about how to deal with it better because obviously that's the most important thing. And the first thing I would say is always talk about it because it took me like 4 years before I started talking about my depression. I really think that has set me back. And in terms of doctors, it's the same thing with everything. Tattoo artists, hairdressers, clothes. You gotta work through it. You gotta find which one suits you best. I got a role when I went to 4 different doctors, as I said, before I went to this doctor. And finally, he was able to sort me out. He was able to help me and really get through that, for myself. So I would just say that if the doctor you're going with now, you feel isn't doing enough for you, go to a different doctor. You don't owe him anything. You don't owe him up a thing. In fact, the system owes you because obviously I feel like that the system has let a lot of us down, myself personally included. But it's not the nurse's fault, or anything like that, because I know they're short staffed. I don't want to say that. It's the system, I believe, is wrong, completely wrong. But don't want to get into that. That's a different conversation for another day. But what I will say is, do keep finding the right doctor, and eventually you will come across the right doctor. Um, so I got recommended for him, but he really has helped me since I started going to him. To be honest. Um, so that talk about it definitely because, as I said, I suffered with this for about 3 or 4 years, and people who are around me, or people who live with me, or in me near private, they'll tell you how bad I was, how bad I was reacting to stuff. Now I'm still like that, but it's not half as bad now. And it only gets really, really bad when I stop actually going to the doctor. So yeah, it's very difficult for me. That. The other way I deal with it is try to stay off social media. I deleted my Facebook, I think, 3 times because what's the point? I mean, we live in a world where Snapchat streaks, likes on Instagram, shares, and likes on Facebook mean more than someone's actual loyalty in real life. Or they're certainly easier to come by. How many times has someone given out to you for, you know, breaking a Snapchat streak, but you let them down in real life by doing something. You say sorry, and that's it. It's done. It's over with. They seem to be much more willing to let it go. So I believe that social media is very shallow. I believe that as a society we become quite shallow. I know girls who, if they don't get a certain amount of likes on a profile picture, will change it because they need that to boost their confidence. And I get that. I get the confidence boosting, but that works both ways because well, it's just sometimes you will get a lot of likes and you'll be able to, fantastic. You'll be right up there. But the next time, if you don't get that amount of likes, you're going to be right back down. And I feel like, I'm not saying go off social media, but go quiet. Nobody needs to know every moment of your business. My Facebook used to be used for just football results, and the odd thing, the odd joke or something like that. And it's not just used for kind of football results or football talk. And then obviously I just use it as a platform to spread this because I believe it's helping people. Now, you could use social media. I say it's ironic because I'm using social media, but I believe you could use it to your advantage if you're looking for something. Like I'm not looking for 10,000 likes or 100 shares or anything like that. No, I just want to spread it to as much people as possible. Social media just happens to be the quickest way of doing that. So that's one thing I would say is don't pay attention so much to social media. I know girls as well, and guys too. I know guys who might get 10 likes on Instagram and they'll post up another picture with a lot more hashtags or something like that. So to get more likes, you know what, it does affect people because you go, oh, I got 20 likes on this. Just for example, I know it's not a lot of likes to some people. We're gonna stick with 20. You got 20 likes on this, uh, and then all of a sudden you get 6 or 7 on the next one. You go, "Jeez, what happened? What did I do wrong?" Uh, and it's not to do with you. It's just maybe people didn't see it. People didn't respond to it because they couldn't, or anything simple like that. So it's very difficult at times, to judge yourself off social media. The other thing I would say is people always have an opinion, but doesn't always mean they're right. Uh, the other negative I think about social media is a lot of people will mouth off at you. They will message you and say stuff, threats or anything like that. Something small, and you know what? Don't let it bother you because these people, it's trolling. That's what it is, and a lot of times, you might get the odd message or that. I've got a few messages about it, and I just let it roll off my back because I'm that kind of person anyway. But some of the stuff people do say online is very troubling, because I've seen people say kill yourself and this and that. Yeah, I've got those texts, but I know other people who've got much more of them. And it's, if someone's down in the dumps like that, it's quite possible that that could be the one that sets them over the edge. People need to realize how powerful social media is, and you just need to kind of, with that, you have to be responsible with that kind of power because if you're just going to go around telling people to kill themselves or that you're going to kill them yourself, that could lead to someone going outside and being worried about walking around, town safely. As I said, I don't pay attention to many of these comments because I've learned. I used to react to every single one of them, but now I don't get involved in talking over Facebook with people or going back and forth, threatening or anything like that. Because what's the point? you know. But like I know some people who, if you said something to them over Facebook, they'd be worried about going outside or being caught or seeing it. And it's not fair. So the social media thing I think is a big one, especially if you're suffering from depression. Try to keep posts to a minimum, and if you're going to post, maybe just post not pictures or something, just an opinion or something like that. Um, the other thing I want to say, people might get a bit pissy over this, but this is my personal opinion. When people share generic suicide awareness posts or depression posts, this copy and paste or uh, post this, don't share it, or post this, don't copy and paste or whatever. Uh, those generic ones, they don't help. I'm not. I'm gonna be straight out about it. They're the worst posts because the whole point of a suicide aware post or depression aware post or something aware post is that it's specific. It's meant for a group of people and it's aimed at you. It's personalized to this group of people. Something like, show that you care about suicide aware. Everyone cares. If I said to 20 people, I'm going to kill myself, even if they didn't know me, they'd say, don't, please don't, because I care. I don't want you to die. So it's not personalized. It's not, and I know it might sound a bit bitchy and a bit fussy, but that's just the truth. Those generic ones, they don't help. In fact, they're actually the opposite way around because you know what? You could see two of your friends share, and then all of a sudden you think your other friends don't care. And that's the way it might work. And you might be saying, well, that's a bit extreme, but it's not because every little thing that people will say or people will have an opinion on or people share or anything like that, that affects us. And probably more than most, anyone who has depression will vouch for that, how difficult it is to get over that. And that's kind of, my opinion on that. And I know it sounds a little bit shitty to be given out about it. The one I don't mind is, when they share the number. That's a bit different. But these ones, yeah, like I bet like five of my friends would share it and stuff like you're never going to see me ever repost them or anything like that because, as I said, it's not personal. It takes away the meaning of a depression post, and for me, it actually makes things worse rather than actually affecting them. So those would be kind of two maybe three of my tips, just to kind of help yourself a small bit because I know that there's days when you can't help it at all, but obviously sometimes you're able to push through and help yourself a little bit more. It is always going to be difficult. It's always going to be difficult. There's always going to be people that will doubt you, will, as I said, message you with stupid things like that. And they don't understand it. You know what? They're not worthy of your time or anything like that. Let's not bother with those people, you know. And that's all I've got to say, really. And just keep going. As I said, if anyone ever needs anything, you can always message me on anything. Instagram, I got Twitter, I got Facebook, and obviously, if you have my number or my Snapchat or anything like that, message me wherever you want. And I will respond as soon as possible. Thanks for your patience, and again, I do apologize for the lack of video last week and the lateness of this one. So thank you.